This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Seven-point earthquake hits East Sepik Province. Establishment of Sensitive Investigations Board questioned. And PNG Correctional Services missed out on training. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Grace Papiali. Thank you for joining us. A 7-point magnitude earthquake that struck East Sepik Province this morning has damaged properties, homes, and killed a mother and child of Tinboli village in the Middle Sepik area of Angaram district.
According to the spokesperson, Wilfred Murketh, the earthquake struck the province around 6 a.m., has damaged houses and killed a mother and child.
45 laos yang pundaon all mani kisim bagarap Tadipla mani kisim bagarap na Mama wanted pikinini inside the house.
Wilfred said following the flood that hit them, the earthquake adds to West disaster which affects their food gardens and safe drinking water, and they are calling for help from relevant authorities.
I worry Mibla Silibla Wara na Mibla now Mibla finding time straight. House put down Mibla something now the morning come up now na Mibla walk blow house to want them, Amos blow house them put down, you mean no what up, you mean tight him 10 best and now la you know no good point tight 10 best no board na you mean silly for this lagan or something. But no what good blow Wara I'm all kind of something of them. So Mibla need him help from government now and you mean stuff here.
Meanwhile, the East Sepik provincial member Alan Bed made a post on his Facebook page advising his people to put together an assessment report from their villages and wards and get the ward member to forward it to the respective LLG president or district manager. He said this information will help them to formulate an appropriate response as soon as possible. The provincial administrator will be declaring an emergency once the report is completed. Estagane, National EMTV News.
Jiwaka Provincial Disaster Management Team will be presenting their disaster assessment report to Governor Simon Kawai next week on the impact of damage caused by floods and landslides. This was revealed by the Jiwaka Deputy Provincial Administrator on Operation, Stanley Wantakson.
The report that will be presented to the governor is on the impact of damages caused by landslide and flooding, which destroyed properties, homes, and left the family homeless, destroying food gardens, livestock, amongst others. Jiwaka Deputy Provincial Administrator on Operation, Mr. Stanley Wantakson, revealed that many schools and other important institutions were also severely affected, indicating that this is all nature that is beyond their control, and elaborated on the status of the report.
I encourage them to take care of themselves during this period when it starts striking like in any other provinces. We have heard about Chimbu, a lot of life has been lost, but in this we want to encourage the people to avoid going closer to the river or too close to the mountains where the landslide is possibly the landslide. We have had some landslide, but no human life been reported. Death or support or any destruction to homes and so forth. But when the report comes in, we will see the report and then we will act upon that report that the disaster team is out in the communities now.
He urged the people who are living along the Wagi River and on mountains to take extra precautions. He said many parts of Anglim South Wagi, North Wagi and Jimmy were affected terribly, but thanked the national government and the National Disaster Management Team for allocating 10 million kina that will assist the provinces that were affected around the country. Sharon Engnui, National EMTV News.
Chief Executive Officer of Kudzib Nazarene Hospital, Joseph Sika, has raised concerns on shortage of drugs and calls on the relevant authorities and government to intervene and improve the supply mechanism to ensure medical drugs are supplied constantly and on time.
CEO Sika said Kudzib Nazarene Hospital is a church-run hospital with a total of 224 workers that serves over 800 patients on a daily basis in Jiwaka province. Not only patients from the province are rushed to the hospital, but also patients from other provinces seek treatment there. He stated that the hospital is fortunate that Health Foundation Organization in America health entity set up by Nazarene Mission constantly support them by supplying medical drugs from overseas to ensure there is stability in their operation. He further elaborated on the procurement process that they go through.
We do go through the normal government procurement system. When we are in need, we go through the process, we supply, we fill in the orders, and then we submit that through the area medical stores. And then they supply us the drugs. But as I have said again, on many occasions, what we need, what we require is just not there. Or if they are there, then it's in limited amount of stock and so on.
He said the onus is on government and supplier to improve the mechanism of supplying drugs on time if they are serious of serving people, indicating that the interest of serving the people must be paramount and priority. Sharon Engnui, National EMTV News.
Chairman for landowner company Petroleum Resources Kutubu Limited, John Capinato, has urged the Southern Highlands Provincial Health Authority to work in collaboration to deliver health services among other services in the province. Mr. Nato made this request recently in Port Moresby.
Yes, please. All right.
NATO says this partnership established between PRK and the SHPHA will enable the two parties deliver health service in the Kutubu and Kikori areas by ensuring the supply of necessary approvals for infrastructure and medical resources. NATO stated that PRK is a trustee of the Landowners Resource Trust for the PDL2 landowners from Kutubu and the pipeline landowners from Kikori in the Gulf Province. And as part of their community commitment, they are obliged to give back to their beneficiaries. Working with the Southern Highlands Provincial Health Authority is PRK's investment in providing sustainable health and medical care services to the project area landowners. Southern Highlands Provincial Health Authority CEO Joseph Bisiri says currently there are 30 professional doctors working in the province to provide health services across the 5 districts in the province. Bisiri stated despite challenges affecting the province health sector, the doctors and health specialists remain loyal with their duties to ensure the best healthcare service is provided. It has been revealed that an additional 20 positions have been created to cater for the growing number of health needs. Gladys Kila, National EMTV News.
The Medan Provincial Health Authority has developed its own HIV-related messages into posters to keep driving home messages on HIV prevention, stigma and discrimination against people living with HIV and key population and tuberculosis.
Medan HIV Response Coordinator Conrad Waduna said the purpose of developing the 3 posters was to highlight main issues in relation to HIV, stigma and TB that were being experienced in the province. He said amongst the issues, stigma against people affected by HIV was a notable concern that led to the poster on stigma, featured by the Medan Provincial Health Authority CEO Fidelis Waipma. Mr. Waduna added the second poster on HIV prevention was to educate people about the cost of being infected with HIV and the importance of protecting oneself from acquiring the virus. Besides HIV, tuberculosis was another common problem, which is said should not be ignored and regarded as a disease for certain population. However, anybody, even a sports person too, can be infected with TB as it is an airborne disease. The HIV posters are distributed to health facilities, schools and stakeholder organizations in Medan. Gladys Gila, National EMTV News.
Shadow Minister for Police Johnson Wapunai has cautioned the Police Commissioner and Minister for Police to seriously reconsider the establishment of the Sensitive Investigations Board until more information is known about its functions and administration. The Shadow Minister said the board raises a lot of serious questions about the special oversight given to high-profile cases that oftentimes face numerous impediments before prosecution.
Mr. Wapunai stated that the public needs more information on this new board before the police commissioner and his colleagues start scrutinizing sensitive cases. With exclusive oversight over cases regarding politicians, statutory office holders and other individuals the board may deem necessary, it raises the potential for unfair treatment and undue influence. He stressed that while Mr. Manning's statement appears well-intended, the reality is expected to be far different unless there is clear information given about this board. Mr. Wapunai also stated that Mr. Manning says the board intends at curbing opportunists from filing Du Bois complaints for personal gain, which ultimately get thrown out by court. That is in itself an admission that his rank and file are inadequate in performing investigations before pursuing cases. Wapunai said if Mr. Manning believes his officers are assisting opportunists pursuing their agenda, this board does not fix that. It only cuts down on possible Du Bois' cases against office holders but not members of the general public. He indicated that Mr. Manning is effectively creating a VIP processing stream while every Papua New Guineans face normal police and judicial process. The opposition outlined the questions for the commissioner and recommended that Mr. Manning or the board refrains from making hasty decisions until these questions are answered. And for further transparency, Mr. Manning should further explain this new board in detail to organizations like Transparency International, the Media Council, Ombudsman Commission, ICAC, and the Department of Justice and Attorney General for further input. Sharon Engnui, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us. You're watching National EMTV News. Japan's National Defense Academy will accept students from Pacific Island countries from as early as fiscal year 2025. Defense Minister for Japan Minoru Kihara said this recently. During a two-day meeting of defense ministers of Japan and the Pacific Island countries in Tokyo, Japan's defense minister was vocal on having students from Pacific states accepted into Japan Defense Academy. Upon this, the dialogue on the importance of protecting free, open, and stable seas was stressed. Minister Kihara stated that Japan's involvement will feature its enhanced cooperation in the Pacific Island countries in the fields of defense and security. The National Defense Academy in Yokosuka will accept students from the 3 Pacific Island countries of Fiji, Papua New Guinea, and Tonga, all of which have their own militaries. In response to this, PNG's Minister for Defense, Dr. Billy Joseph, stated that Papua New Guinea welcomes the opportunity for PNG Defense Force officers to be given the opportunity to go train and learn at the Japanese National Defense Academy with their Japanese counterparts. Correctional Services Commissioner Stephen Pokanis has announced that PNG Correctional Services lack refresher courses for officers due to poor infrastructure with limited resources.
Commissioner Pokanis confirmed that in the previous years, they used to have refresher courses for officers who got promoted. However, this has changed due to limited resources.
Correctional Services is an aging organization. I'm mentioning this based on the infrastructures that we see and that they are naturally falling because of wear and tear, and also the officers that we have in the past. When I say in the past, that means like 20-25 years ago, we used to have all the resources that we need in terms of, like, I'll start on training alone. We do refresher courses for every officer who are promoted. So we call it officers the non-commissioned promotion refresher course. So in order for you to get a rank, you have to go through this course to qualify. We are not doing that now. Also for the commissioned officers too.
He said on a yearly basis, they only train less than 40 officers.
We're trying our best to help build good officers, but with the limited resources that we have. On a yearly basis, we train about 35 officers. That's all we can do. I think the last 2 years we have established a good leadership program between Papua New Guinea Correctional Service and the now CILAC, the Cemare Institute of Leadership. So we have our commissioned officers undergoing advanced and executive diploma in advanced and also executive leadership program.
Commissioner Pokanis also added that they have established a relationship with the National Research Institute this year for officers to do basic research moving forward.
We also have a program together with Papua New Guinea Defense Force that is on the frontline leadership program. This is for cadets, officers who, well, right now we've got about 9 officers with the PNG Defense Force contingent, so they are undergoing training and they'll be passing out at the probably around October this year. So in terms of infrastructure, we have debilitating infrastructures that are falling apart because we cannot maintain them.
Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
Technology and innovation will be the solution to protecting the forests in the country. This was alluded by the Acting Director of PNGFA, Forest Policy and Planning, Margaret Tongo, recently in Port Moresby.
Covered by the canopy.
The acting director said technologies provided by PNG Food and Agriculture Organization in support of the PNG Forest Authority's first national forest inventory project in the country are currently being used by PNGFA to monitor the forest in PNG.
Innovation and technology are a new solution to help us in monitoring activities, detecting fires and land use changes, and also reporting on our forests to achieve SDGs, SDGs are Sustainable Development Goals, and global goals. You know, we are also now connected to the world. So in our line of duties or field work, we are already using GPS, we are using drones, we are using tablets, and remote sensing.
The banner difference was 1 meter.
Tongo said PNGFA is now connected to the world through certain treaties. She added that innovation and technology also plays a key role in downstream processing of woods and timber.
1 meter, which means...
Malinta Yopolo, National MTV News.
This morning saw the launch of the PNG for Christ program for Moresby Northeast Seventh-day Adventist churches. Children as young as 5 with adults in their respective uniforms kicked off the program early this morning with a parade on foot and convoy of vehicles from 10 off to 9 Mile in Port Moresby. More than 10 Seventh-day Adventist church took part in this parade. This is a leader program for the PNG for Christ program that will run from the 22nd of April to the 16th of May this year. Parishioners of Holy Rosary Catholic of the surrounding community in 6 Mile area in the National Capital District were engaged in a medical outreach activity headed by the Filipino Association in PNG this morning.
Since establishing the association in the 1980s, the Filipino Association of Papua New Guinea has been working with local communities within their respective provinces. Under the Medical Outreach Program team, empowering communities one healthy step at a time, the association visited the Holy Rosary Parish to provide free healthcare services. President of the Filipino Association in the country, Jonathan Plasabas, mentioned the reason of their visit to the Holy Rosary Catholic Church community.
Our association, the Filipino Association of Papua New Guinea, we have the intentions to help or get back to the Papua New Guinea community to help or to give and share our blessings, what we have. Before we organize this one, we tap first the medical people to if they are willing to assist us and giving community service.
5 specialist doctors as well as nurses from PIH, Aspen Medical Center, Borneo Pacific Pharmaceuticals, 2K Medical Center and Glorious Medical Center were on the ground since 10 a.m. in the morning. The health professionals provided free glucose tests, blood pressure tests, medical examinations, as well as providing free medication to the parishioners. Chairman of the Parish Council, Paul Asik, thanked the Filipino community and said the free healthcare service provided today is a big help to the parishioners, as many don't have the privilege to see specialist doctors.
First time straight all come lole. Mi plo online loyalo 6 Mile Holy Rosary Parish. Mi plo mas trulong come long all.
President Plasabas thanked their sponsors.
This one we tap first the medical people to if they are willing to assist us and giving community service. So we tap the 2K Medical Center, we have the Aspen Medical Center, we have the Glorious Medical Center. We also tap the Borneo Pacific.
Tamara Agavi, National MTV News.
Meanwhile, President of the Filipino Association in Papua New Guinea, Jonathan Plasabas, has reassured their association's plans for further health outreach programs in the future.
President Plasabas gave an outlook of what the association is planning to do.
For this particular service, and this is not the last. So we will be giving some more medical missions soon. So, but we have to plan it, and we will tap also some.
Michaela Rosawe, a parishioner with the Holy Rosary Catholic Church, shared the experience of how the association, through the outreach program, have arranged a specialist doctor to help her son Hubert, who has suffered from a skin allergy disease. She thanked the Filipino Association for their commitment to helping local communities with free health care.
I'd like to thank you on behalf of 6 Mile Parish Thank you all Filipino team lo kam helping me lo especially community lo treatment sekain.
Tamara Agavi, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us. You're watching National EMTV News. Loamina Sahoto, a 21-year-old visionary in the tourism industry, took a leap of faith into entrepreneurship by founding her own company, Pretty Girl Kitchen. EMTV had the pleasure of catching up with Loamina and Jeremiah at the ENBAT markets yesterday.
With 5 years of experience in the tourism industry under her belt, Loamina decided to combine her love for food and creativity in this exciting new venture. What sets her journey apart is the unwavering support of her partner Jeremiah Boyga, who left his role as a chef at the Layot Club to join her in Rabaul and build Pretty Girl Kitchen together. Loamina shared how the idea for Pretty Girl Kitchen was born.
I just wanted some extra money. So it just started as that whenever I needed extra money, I'd bake and sell. And then it started becoming a bit more, I got a few more orders and it got a bit busier. So I quit my job and launched PPK full time.
Out of the mutual love for cooking and the dream of creating a space where people could experience delicious food made with love and devotion, both Loamina and Jeremiah started their business. Loamina joked about how she had stolen Jeremiah from his previous role as the chef for the Layot Club to be a chef, and later shared the challenges she faced when starting her business.
I was working at the same time too, 8 to 5 job at the same time I was starting my business, so I had to bake the night before and then deliver after work and then stay up again baking, go to work, come back. And then when I quit my job, it got a bit easier, but then I always had trouble.
Loamina and Jeremiah reflected on their journey, grateful for the opportunity to pursue their dreams together.
It's hard to find a job. I really highly recommend this. I make about $300 a day sometimes, which is good money if you're at it every day. And it helps me a lot. I'm able to support my family, support my siblings. It helps me to live my life and gives me financial freedom. So if you're a young person thinking of starting your own business, just go for it.
With their unique blend of talent, passion and teamwork, the duo is poised to make a significant mark in the culinary landscape, with Pretty Girl Kitchen serving as a testament to their love for food and each other. Tamara Agavi, National EMTV News.
John Robert Warbat, the renowned Papua New Guinean guitarist and composer, has passed on at the age of 64. Late Warbat, who was recognized as a member of the British Empire for his contributions to music, died on Friday morning at the Rabaul Provincial Hospital due to complications from diabetes. Warbat was a pioneer in the music industry with his unique guitar techniques and fusing traditional melodies with contemporary rhythms. The funeral will be held on the 27th of March 2024 at Vunamami Village in Kokopo. National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sport. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. In a significant development for the Juggernaut Rugby Union Club, Cemare has been unveiled as the official sponsor in a ceremony held today at the Cemare Courts located in NCD. The announcement was marked by the presentation of jerseys, signals a promising partnership between the renowned club and Cemare, a testament to the company's commitment to supporting youth development in sports.
Angus King, the general manager of Cemare, expressed gratitude for the opportunity to back the club's endeavors, emphasizing Cemare's dedication to fostering talent within the sporting community. He highlighted the importance of investing in the next generation of athletes, affirming Cemare's role in nurturing talent and promoting sportsmanship.
Cemare have been supporters of rugby union for many years. Beginning firstly with the Scrum organisation in Murray Province as a committee member.
Michael Uyari, president of the Juggernaut Rugby Union Club, conveyed his appreciation, noting the significance of the sportsmanship in bolstering the club's morale.
Okay, the club itself has been in existence for over 10 years. It was started by a group of friends that that eventually had to leave the country, and then they had to leave the club in someone's hands. So.
Representing the male and female divisions of the club, team captains John Sikula and Cassandra Sampson expressed their enthusiasm for the partnership with Cemare. Sikula and Sampson articulated their gratitude for the sponsorship, acknowledging the opportunities it would create for the club members to excel and thrive in their respective divisions.
It's a really a team that has really young individuals, especially young men that have different backgrounds, but mostly the young individuals are from.
We are excited, and for our start sevens sports with the sports talks coming up, having the sponsors on board, we're really excited. So, thank you to Cemare. It's going to be like a booster for the team's morale.
The collaboration between Cemare and the Juggernaut Rugby Union Club holds a promise for the advancement of rugby at both the grassroots and competitive levels. James Guken, Trukai Sports.
The Port Moresby Soccer Association is into its elimination and quarterfinals in the Hara Cup pre-season tournament for both the men and women division this weekend. This was revealed by the tournament coordinator, Peter Matthew.
The coordinator said there are currently 41 teams, 34 men's team and 7 women's team taking part in the Hara Cup pre-season tournament for this year 2024. He added that the pre-season is to get the players ready for the proper season in April.
The outcome of this tournament is to get teams prepared before the normal proper season starts, which most of the teams, they normally prepare themselves during this tournament to look for players to fill up their spaces and all these teams to get themselves ready for the normal proper season for 2024. We should be running 7 divisions this year for our proper season. 2 women's division and 5 men's division. This year we'll be introducing the under-19 division, which is the youth division.
He stressed that all teams taking part this season will pay an affiliation fee of 2,100 kina to become a member of the association. He added that a levy fee will be imposed on the teams according to their divisions. Malinta Yopolo, Trukai Sports.
Today, the Bicini Diamond softball pitch was a buzz with excitement as the corporate softball Sevens Bowl, Plate and Cup finals unfolded.
The Plate finals featured a fierce match between Nesfund and Swire Shipping. In the corporate social sevens Plate finals, Nesfund emerged victorious against Swire Shipping, clinching a 5-4 win. As you can see behind me is the Cup finals being played between PNG Power and Newmont. While the Grand Cup finals of the 2024 corporate softball sevens witnessed an intense clash between the reigning champions PNG Power Sparkies and the up-and-coming team Newmonts. After several gripping innings, Newmonts emerged victorious, securing a thrilling win over the PNG Power Sparkies to seize the prestigious CS7 Cup for this year. James Guken, Trukai Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Money Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. True Kai Sports.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The weather forecast for the next 24 hours in the southern region. Port Moresby City, partly cloudy with possible few showers. Daru, partly cloudy with few showers. Kerema, mostly fine. Alatau, partly cloudy. Popondetta, partly cloudy with possible few showers. In the Mumase region, Lay City, partly cloudy. Medan, mostly fine. Wewak, mostly fine, partly cloudy. Vanimo, partly cloudy with possible few showers. In the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau, fine and sunny. Kavang, mostly fine. Kokopo and Rabaul, partly cloudy. Kimbe, partly cloudy with possible few showers. Buka, mostly fine, partly cloudy. And in the Highlands region, Mount Hagen City, partly cloudy with few evening showers. Goroka, Bans and Kundiawa, partly cloudy with few showers possible. Menditari and Wabeg, partly cloudy with few showers possible.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Sunday, the 24th of March, 2024. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.